Picture this: it's a.m., you're lying awake, staring at the ceiling, and your mind won't stop racing through every possible financial disaster. Your car could break down, your laptop might die, maybe you lose your job, or your pet needs emergency surgery. Sound familiar? If that hits close to home, stick with me, because today I'm going to show you a specific dollar amount that could take almost all of that stress away. I'm talking about a number that can completely change how you think, how you plan, and how you live your life. Most people think financial milestones are just arbitrary numbers rich people made up to make the rest of us feel small. But here's the thing: there's actual psychology, math, and strategy behind why certain amounts of money create a huge shift in your daily life. And the first big milestone isn't $1 million, and it's not even $100,000, it's $10,000. I'm Riva, and I spend a lot of time thinking about money, human behavior, and why some people glide through life without stressing about finances, while others are constantly on edge. If that sounds like you, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. You're going to want to see this. Now, imagine life without $10,000. You're standing in the grocery store, mentally calculating whether you can afford name-brand cereal or if you have to settle for the generic version that tastes like cardboard. Your friends invite you out for dinner, and you invent some creative excuse because spending $25 would throw off your entire week's budget. This is reality for millions of people living paycheck to paycheck. Every financial decision becomes stressful. Every unexpected expense feels like a disaster waiting to happen. You're constantly in defense mode with your money, never able to plan ahead or take chances. Here's where it gets really interesting. When you save your first $10,000, something subtle but incredibly powerful changes, and it's not about buying expensive things. When you have zero savings, every decision feels risky. Taking a new job, moving to a different city, or even planning a simple vacation can feel terrifying because one wrong move could leave you financially ruined. But when $10,000 is sitting in your account, suddenly those same decisions feel manageable. You're not reckless, you're empowered. You might finally ask for that promotion you've been hesitant about. You might invest in a course, a certification, or even start a small side business. And here's a fact that blows people away. Neuroscience shows that financial security actually reduces cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. That means your first $10,000 doesn't just change your finances, it literally changes how your body responds to daily challenges, that minor car problem. Suddenly, it's just a minor inconvenience. You sleep better, think more clearly, and your overall productivity skyrockets. But here's the kicker. The biggest benefit of $10,000 isn't spending it, it's knowing it's there. This is called the emergency fund effect. Most people don't actually spend their savings on emergencies. Instead, they use it as a foundation to make smarter choices, invest in themselves, and take opportunities that would have been impossible before. Let's make this real. Imagine you have $10,000 saved. You hear about a $2,000 course that could boost your earning potential by $10,000 per year. With no savings, that course is impossible. But with your emergency fund, it becomes a clear, low-risk investment in your future. That's the power of having your first $10,000. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Riva, saving $10,000 seems impossible. I can barely save $50 a month. And here's the truth. The hardest part isn't the money itself, it's becoming the kind of person who saves money. Most people approach saving like a diet, a temporary sacrifice, then burnout. Successful savers shift their identity. I am someone who saves. Once you adopt that mindset, every decision starts to reinforce it. You notice ways to cut expenses you never saw before. You think creatively about extra income, you stop reacting to life and start planning it. Let's go deeper. $10,000 can cover most financial emergencies, car repairs, minor medical bills, even temporary job loss. You're no longer stuck reacting to crisis after crisis. Instead, you can take calculated risks, invest in your future, or explore opportunities that would have been impossible without that cushion. Your first $10,000 transforms how you see money. It becomes a tool, not a source of stress. Here's a real-world example. I know someone who made $40,000 a year but had $0 saved. Another friend made only $30,000 but had built up $15,000 in savings. Guess who had more financial freedom? The one with savings. Why? Because it's not about how much you earn, it's about your mindset and your ability to keep money. People without savings often skip opportunities because $50 feels like a lot, but someone with $10,000 saved can attend networking events, take small risks, and invest in projects that could change their entire life trajectory. That first milestone often accelerates career growth not because money directly promotes you, but because financial security gives you the confidence to take chances others can't. Social dynamics change too. Financial stress affects relationships, your social life, even your mood. When you're constantly worried about money, it's hard to show up for others. But with $10,000 saved, you're calmer, more present, and able to invest energy in the people you care about. You approach life with clarity instead of fear. Let's talk about the small wins that compound. Imagine switching to a cheaper phone plan, renegotiating insurance, or finding small ways to save $50 a month. It doesn't feel like much, but over time, these little optimizations add up. They make your next financial milestone even easier. Now, here's something most people don't think about. Money changes your decision-making. When you have no savings, every dollar is precious. You skip opportunities because spending money feels risky. When you have $10,000 saved, you're willing to invest in yourself, take calculated risks, and grab opportunities others can't. That's the difference between living paycheck to paycheck and living with purpose. So let's make it actionable. Start with a goal of saving just $50 a month. Yes, $50. Track your spending. Cut small unnecessary expenses. Set up automatic transfers. Over time, your first $1,000 is tough. Your second $1,000 is easier. And by the time you hit $10,000, the process feels almost automatic. $10,000 isn't just money. It's freedom. It's mental energy. It's confidence. It's the foundation for everything else in your life: career growth, better relationships, opportunities you couldn't imagine before. So here's the bottom line: start small, stay consistent, and focus on becoming the person who saves the money. Itself is powerful, but the transformation in who you become is even more valuable. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. In my next video, I'll show you exact strategies to save your first $10,000 faster than you think. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.